Imagine a world where money isn't controlled by banks, governments, or corporations. A world where you have complete control over your wealth. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, this is the story of how a mysterious programmer, a white paper, and a revolutionary technology called blockchain changed the world forever. This is the history of cryptocurrencies. The birth of Bitcoin. Our story begins in 2008, during the height of the global financial crisis. Banks were collapsing, governments were bailing them out, and people were losing trust in the system. Enter Satoshi Nakamoto. On October 31, 2008, a person or group using the name Satoshi Nakamoto published a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This document outlined a revolutionary idea, a decentralized digital currency that didn't rely on banks or governments. On January 3, 2009, the Bitcoin network went live with the mining of the first block, called the Genesis block. Embedded in this block was a message: the Times 03/Jan/2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. A clear nod to the financial crisis and the reason Bitcoin was created. And then, in 2010, history was made when a programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz paid 10,000 bitcoins for 2 pizzas. That's right, the first real-world Bitcoin transaction was for pizza. Today, those bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Talk about an expensive meal. The rise of altcoins. As Bitcoin gained traction, people began to realize the potential of blockchain technology. Soon, other cryptocurrencies started popping up. These were called altcoins, and they aimed to improve upon Bitcoin or offer something entirely new. In 2015, a 19-year-old programmer named Vitalik Buterin launched Ethereum. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum wasn't just a currency, it was a platform for building decentralized applications, or dApps, using smart contracts. This opened the door to a whole new world of possibilities, from decentralized finance, DeFi, to NFTs. And then there's Dogecoin. Created in 2013 as a joke by Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer, Dogecoin featured the Shiba Inu dog from the Doge meme. But what started as a meme quickly became a cultural phenomenon, thanks to its passionate community and endorsements from celebrities like Elon Musk. The boom and bust cycles. As quickly as it rose, the market crashed again in 2022. Major projects like Terra Luna collapsed, and companies like FTX went bankrupt. It was a harsh reminder that the crypto world is still wild and unpredictable. The future of cryptocurrencies. So, what's next for cryptocurrencies? Well, the future looks brighter than ever. Governments and institutions are starting to take crypto seriously. Countries like El Salvador have made Bitcoin legal tender, and central banks are exploring their own digital currencies, called CBDCs. Decentralized finance, DeFi, is revolutionizing the way we think about banking, lending, and investing. And NFTs are transforming the art, gaming, and entertainment industries. The possibilities are endless. But with great power comes great responsibility. As cryptocurrencies continue to grow, so do the challenges, regulation, security, and environmental concerns. The question is, can crypto overcome these hurdles and fulfill its promise of a decentralized future? The history of cryptocurrencies is still being written, and you are part of it. Whether you're a hodler, a trader, or just curious about the future of money, one thing is clear: crypto is here to stay. 10 mind-blowing facts about the history of cryptocurrency. 1. The mysterious birth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's creation is shrouded in mystery. It was introduced in 2008 by the anonymous figure Satoshi Nakamoto, and despite many theories, no one knows for sure whether Nakamoto is an individual or a group. The identity has never been revealed, even though Nakamoto mined the first Bitcoin block and wrote the white paper that started it all. 2. The first Bitcoin transaction, 10,000 BTC for pizza. In May 2010, Laszlo Hanyecz, a programmer, paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. At the time, 10,000 BTC was worth about $41, but today, that amount of Bitcoin would be worth billions. This transaction is often seen as the first real-world purchase made using Bitcoin. 3 Bitcoin's Genesis block contains a hidden message. The first ever Bitcoin block, also called the Genesis block, contains a hidden message. The Times 03/Jan/2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. This message is both a timestamp and a subtle critique of the traditional banking system during the 2008 financial crisis. For crypto miners consume enormous amounts of energy. Mining Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies requires enormous computational power and, consequently, a lot of energy. The electricity used by Bitcoin miners is comparable to the entire annual energy consumption of countries like Switzerland or Argentina, raising concerns over environmental impact. 5. The first known cryptocurrency, B-Money, 1998. Although Bitcoin is widely recognized as the first cryptocurrency, the idea of a digital currency existed long before. In 1998, a cryptographer named Wei Dai proposed B-Money, which laid out the basic concepts of digital currencies. Although it never took off, B-Money is considered one of the first attempts to establish a decentralized digital currency. 6. Ethereum paved the way for smart contracts. Ethereum, launched in 2015 by Vitalik Buterin and others, introduced the concept of smart contracts, which are self-executing contracts where the terms are written into code. This revolutionized how blockchain could be used beyond simple transactions, enabling decentralized applications, dApps, and decentralized finance, DeFi. 7. Bitcoin's total supply is limited to 21 million. One of the key features of Bitcoin is that its supply is capped at 21 million coins. This scarcity is part of its appeal and ensures that Bitcoin cannot be inflated like traditional fiat currencies. As of 2025, nearly 19 million Bitcoin have already been mined, and the remaining 2 million will likely be mined over the next century. 8. The first Bitcoin ATM was installed in 2013. The world's first Bitcoin ATM was installed in Vancouver, Canada, in 2013. It allowed people to exchange Bitcoin for cash and vice versa. Bitcoin ATMs have since become widespread globally, allowing for easier access to cryptocurrency. 9. Crypto markets' wild price fluctuations. Cryptocurrency prices are known for their extreme volatility. Bitcoin, for instance, has experienced several price booms and crashes. In December 2017, Bitcoin's price surged to nearly $20,000 before crashing back down to around $3,000 in 2018. It has since reached new all-time highs and continues to fluctuate wildly. 10. The rise of decentralized finance, DeFi, which emerged in 2020, is a movement that aims to build decentralized financial systems that operate without central intermediaries like banks. It leverages blockchain technology, particularly Ethereum, to offer services like lending, borrowing, and trading, allowing users to maintain full control over their assets. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. And tell me in the comments, what do you think the future of cryptocurrencies holds? Let's keep the conversation going.